Alexander Gallery on La Cienega, Christophe Leroux solo show. This first piece in the window is a diptych called On and Off, light 313. And then we're going to go to the next window, and that is a piece that is called 64, and it is a metal aluminum crinkled sculpture called 64. And then we're going to enter the gallery and finish the rest of the tour in the gallery. We are now entering the Sonce Alexander Gallery, and we are going towards this print that was published solely for this particular show. It's an original print, signed and numbered by the artist Christophe Leroux, edition of 80, called Light 313, and it is a piece that really Christophe made sure that we made so that everyone can afford something from the show. This is a $250 unframed piece. The next piece that we are seeing, which is called Light 313 Green, is the piece that was used for the press release invitation. It is a painting on paper, one of a kind, unique, with mixed media, using as the background the serigraph Light 313. And this is all under museum quality frames with non-glare glass. The next piece we're going to see is a metal piece that is called a froissé in French, and it is 3 feet by 3 feet by 1 foot deep. And all the work in this show were made this year in 2014, specifically for this solo exhibition, Christophe Leroux in Los Angeles. This next piece is also approximately 3 feet high by 3 feet wide, 1 foot deep, and is called Box 387. Oil painting on metal, varnished. Works also on the back of the piece, and he likes for his pieces to hang very simply on a very industrial metal nail. This next piece, Beacon, is 7 feet tall by approximately 3.5 feet wide. Also a froissé, which just means crinkled metal in French. And you will see that the depth is very important in his process, creating all the shadows and all the different lights within the sculpture. Then we are going to the works on paper. This is a new series of works on paper. Christophe Leroux has always loved working on metal, on paper, and he went to a shooting range in Paris with his brother, Rodolphe, to shoot an authentic target paper shoot so that the piece would be very cohesive and consistent. So each piece has the actual bullets, and his brother is a very good marksman, so all the bullets in the middle are his brother's, and Christophe, who is a very good artist, has the pieces on the outside. He wanted to make sure that there were bullet shots all around the target so that it is visually stimulating everywhere you look. Christophe's process stems from his very industrial and urban influences. He has always loved industrial references and trucks and airplanes and automobiles and trains and everything that has to do with industry. So you will often see these references to urban and to industry throughout his work, whether it is the work on paper or the work on metal, any kind of wall sculpture. He always has also very interesting contrasts between strength and weakness, between fragile and power, and the constant contrast, whether it's works on paper or whether it's wall metal sculptures. So each one, even though it has that very industrial urban feel, is also extremely graceful and sensual. And that is really Christophe Leroux. That is his signature. Target paper and paintings on target paper, it remains a very graceful, very refined work. And now we're going to the last one of the series, and the last one, ironically, is called Next. And this finishes the series of 7 that are exhibited in this solo show, going to a few more metal pieces that are on the walls right next to Next. So here we go to a 7-foot tall by 3.5 foot wide by approximately 1 foot deep metal wall sculpture titled Unloaded U5, and it is painted on the front and painted on the back, and you will see an example of back and edge look, so that Christophe's work is always very beautiful and refined, and is always very easy to see from all different angles. This is very important to this artist. This one is called Up, a metal wall sculpture, 3 feet by 3 feet, approximately 1 foot deep, approximately. Every work in this show was made in 2014 for the purpose of this exhibition. The gallery has published a very beautiful catalog of the show. This one is called Checkpoint 202. Again, here you see perfect examples of that fragility and strength and weakness and grace and power, and always that contrast between power and grace. That is really, again, Christophe Leroux's signature. This one is called Lane 4 and is the last of the 3 feet by 3 feet wall sculptures on aluminum, painted on the back and on the front. And he makes his own stencils, and the process is a very time-consuming and very beautiful process. Then we are going to 4 slightly smaller pieces, and I will show you an example on one of them that the back is very worked on, where the artist pays attention to every little detail. This piece is approximately 2 feet high by 1 foot wide by 8 inches deep, and it is called Core 121. The next one is called Shack, and this one is a little bit smaller. This is approximately 20 inches high by 12 inches wide by 6 inches deep. And you will see a side image of this one explaining that the artist always works on the back as well, so that when you're walking by each piece, it's very visually stimulating and remains a complete piece. The artist leaves nothing to chance, and nothing is random. Everything is very well studied. This next piece is a small piece. It's entitled Alt, and it is 1 foot high by 8 inches wide, approximately 4 inches deep. And I'm going to take this one off the wall to show you the back. And this is the back. And the back is a stencil that he handmade, which took him about 18 hours, of a leaping frog, and the background is layers and layers of oil spray paint. And that's the back. And each back is a little kind of secret door, if you will, for each collector. I'm going to put this one back on the wall now, and they hang very easily, and though the large ones are 7 feet tall by 3.5 feet wide, the weight is approximately 2 pounds on a large one. This one is called Open Daily and is approximately 14 inches tall by 18 inches wide by 6 inches deep. And next we are going to the big diptych entitled Control Panel. This one here is 7 feet tall by 7 feet wide, approximately a foot deep, and is entitled, again, Control Panel. We will give you a close-up of each side of the panel. There is a big series of black arrows in the middle, which you will have a close-up look as well at the black arrows in the middle. And the black arrows are very connected and determine that this is one piece. And that is the end of the tour. Christophe Leroux Solo Exhibition at